We are continuing to see all of the water that fell over the hill country move downstream, and we do have some flood warnings in effect over the Frio River as well as the Nueces River. We've really been keeping our eye on Tilden this past week as they reached a major flood stage on Wednesday, seeing that river rise to almost 30 feet. Now, luckily, that water is starting to recede, and they are predicted to fall under minor flood stage by early Sunday afternoon. All of that water that is currently in Tilden, though, is continuing to move downstream and into Choke Canyon. The National Weather Service predicts it takes about a day to a day and a half for all of that water to make it there, and we are starting to see the levels at Choke Canyon rise. Choke Canyon is currently sitting at 19.5%. That's up about 2.6% since yesterday, and that brings our combined lake levels up to 23%. This is higher than what we saw a year ago, and those combined lake levels will continue to increase as water from both the Frio and the Nueces enter into our lakes. But we do need to turn our attention to the Nueces River. The Nueces River at Tilden is expected to rise this weekend, rapidly rising today and tomorrow. It is expected to crest at about 23.1 feet. That is major flood stage. But then further downstream in Three Rivers, they are fine right now. They still have several days, but they are projected to get to at least 39.3 feet, maybe even higher than that. The forecast doesn't go all the way out yet to see that crest that the River Forecast Center believes Three Rivers is going to see, but 39.3 feet is major flood stage, and they're really going to see that river starting to rise early next week. On Tuesday, we will see them get into minor flood stage and then all the way into major flood stage on Wednesday, and we've yet to see exactly how long they are predicted to stay into major flood stage. But once they're in major flood stage, or even really close to about 30 feet, that's when we start to see homes affected and roads affected. So you still have a couple of days if you live in this area to prepare. You're going to want to prep your home as well as prep your livestock if you do have farmland or ranch land there, and to move them to higher ground, because again, this flooding is very, very dangerous. And if you do have to be out and about next week around midweek, you're going to really want to make sure that you're not driving through any flooded roadways or past any barricades that first responders do put out in those areas. So here's a look at your 7-day forecast. I will have more information on the forecast coming up, but if you do have to do any flood preps, you are going to be working out in some hot weather. Here in Corpus Christi, we are looking at temperatures in the mid 90s through the weekend with mostly sunny skies.